Hello everybody. This week's toolbox safety topic is on slings, chokers, and wire rope. Now rigging may look like a simple, straightforward operation that requires no particular skill or experience. If you think anybody can just do it, you're on the wrong track. Rigging requires the use of equipment like slings and chokers. Many construction workers have lost fingers or hands or suffered more serious injuries because they lack the experience and knowledge needed to recognize hazards associated with rigging. Now today's topic is not to make you a certified or a qualified rigger. This is just to enlighten you to the types of slings and chokers you may see out there and some of the hazards associated with them. So, if you want to be a rigger, seek additional training. All right, now let's talk about the 6 common types of slings. Here's the one you're more likely to see in the field. It's a wire rope sling. Now you may find it in different configurations. This one has 2 eyes at either end. These are swedged in, so they're not likely to come apart. You will see other types that are put together differently with different fittings on the end. These you see all the time on job sites for heavy lifting. The next thing that you see are chain. Okay, this is a chain, a double-legged chain. You see the common ring there that they both hook to. Notice the inspection tag. If this one or the inspection tag on this cable, both slings must have an inspection tag on them. Those tags tell you what the capacities are and what can be lifted with those chains or wire rope. At what type of configuration, be it a vertical leg, a choke, or a multiple leg pick. So that information is on those tags, and before you can use them, it must have those tags on them. Okay. The next type that we see is a metal mesh. Metal mesh you see in industrial situations. Steel plants, so forth and so on, where they're lifting real heavy loads. Normally they're using a gantry crane with these. So that's something you may see out there in the field if you get an opportunity to work in an industrial environment. Next thing we're going to look at of those 6 is the natural fiber rope. Now this rope can be made from various things. Cotton, hemp, and not the marijuana type of hemp, but hemp natural fibers that they're used to make these ropes. You see them in the shipping industry. However, the next type, which is the synthetic fiber rope, is quickly replacing the natural. It's more durable, lasts longer, more of a maintenance-free item. However, they are impacted by solar, water, cold temperature. Over time they will deteriorate. The next thing, and the final one we want to look at, is the synthetic web. You may see these on the field. They're commonly used for all types of rigging configurations, and you can see the different configurations they use for fastening. Okay, so those are some of the things that you may see. Now, back to the wire rope. The wire rope is probably the most common used type of sling. Wire ropes must have the ability to bend many times, bending all the time without wires failing. In fact, brand new wire rope slings have a design factor of 5. That means that they could actually hold up to 5 times their rating. I don't suggest you do that, and OSHA would frown upon it just as well if you were to be seen doing such a thing. Stay within the capacities stated on the inspection tag. Wire rope is so dependable that some people assume it will last forever no matter how it's used. Abusing wire rope can cause serious structural damage. When I say structural damage, the structure of the rope. They're made up of several strands wrapped around a core, and abuse could damage that core and have some damage on the inside. You may have some corrosion on the inside if it's not taken care of, which could cause a failure of that sling. Also, there's damage like kinking, where it's bent too harshly around an edge, or bird caging, where it opens up. It'll open up, the wires will open up. And that drastically reduces the strength of the wire rope. Treat wire rope as you would any other tool. It is reliable when properly used, but it can be damaged by misuse, and it does eventually wear out. Another piece of equipment used in rigging, it's a choker. Here we have this same one is a picture of a wire choker, and you notice that it has eyes spliced into either end. It is usually wrapped around the load, threaded through itself, and then hooked to a crane hook. Regardless of what equipment you're using, some advice holds true for all rigging operations. Be sure your hands are clear of pinch points when the sling or choker is being tightened. Be prepared for the load to roll, shift, or swing. Never place yourself between materials, equipment, or any other stationary object and the load. Inspect all equipment such as slings, fastenings, and attachments before each shift and each load. You should also check for kinks, wear, elongation of the hardware during the shift. Rigging equipment itself can be heavy, so protect your back by using proper lifting techniques. Wear sturdy gloves when working with wire rope. As with any other task, learn as much as you can about the equipment you'll be working with. A final thought concerning synthetic web slings. Synthetic web slings must be thrown away if there is any evidence of fabric deterioration. They have some warning threads sewn into them. If they're burnt, chemically burnt, heat burn, deterioration due to exposure to ultraviolet light, due to chemicals. If you roll it through your hands and you hear a little cracking noise, it probably needs to be taken out of service. If it doesn't have an inspection tag on it, it needs to be taken out of service. Guys, this was a quick overview of chokers, slings, and rigging. If you want some more information, ask your supervisor about some additional training. This is just a cursory scope, so to give you some idea of what some of the hazards might be or that you might face while working with rigging. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your coworker, and I'll see you in the field.